Hey Redev team, this is an example of a video I'd like to start the class off with during week 1. Once the new shell is created, I would redo this video with the new shell. This is just the class I'm teaching this summer, so I have access to it. But it would be something like this. Welcome to Columbia College's Beginning Algebra online course. This is our course shell, sometimes called D2L for the Desire to Learn platform that we use. We also will use MyLabs Plus. You'll see that link up here in the right-hand corner, and we'll use that for our homework system. Let's start by going through each of these tabs and noting how useful they will be to you. If I click Content, then what I notice is I have each week in a folder that I can click and open. If I click week 2, I'm given several tabs that I can open. I can find out the self-study that I want you to do. You can view the multimedia or videos that I've required. You can view the discussion questions, and you can view the TI calculator commands. Each week, this is where you would start. You would want to read this to discover what we're covering this week. This will let you know what to look for in your e-text and what homework you'll be doing in the MyLabs Plus area of the course. Each week you'll have a discussion, except for week 4 and week 8, when those are optional, and that's when you're studying for your midterm and final. You enter the discussion board by clicking Discussions, and you'll see that you have you have a general Q&A that's always up at the top that you can ask me questions about any time. Week 1 discussion. This week you'll have an introductory discussion. You'll have an equation editor assignment because you need to learn how to type math. And you'll have a week 1 discussion assignment that will be related back to what we're learning in week 1 and the course learning objectives. Dropbox is where you will submit your proctor information. You can find the form back in Content. Let me click that and show you. If I go to General Course Information and Resources, you'll see I have this information. If I go to Proctoring Information, I have the proctor form and how to submit it right here in that first tab. Once you've completed it, you'll submit it to the Dropbox and look for my comments that either it's approved or maybe it showed up blank, or I can't read something, or I can't tell an L from a 1. Please check back on that once you've submitted it. That's due by Sunday of week 2. Quizzes. Each week you'll have a quiz or you'll have an exam, and you can access those by just clicking them. Checklist is a nice place to look at what's due each week. It'll give you a due date and what is expected. Grades is where you can look up all your grades. Each week I'll put the discussion grade in and the quiz grade in. The only grade that you won't see until week 8 is your homework grade, and that's because you're allowed to work on homework for a 10% late penalty. So if you get behind, you can still work on it. And so I wait until week 8 to do that. I know that student names show here that wouldn't happen. Those would be blank. This is for my redev team when I show the grade book, because it would be a new course. And then I click MyLabs Plus. If I click MyLabs Plus, it opens up a new window of the MyLabs Plus course. You will have received a code with your textbook, or you will have just purchased the code. You can either use this product with the e-text or this product with the course text. And once you've tried to get into any of these areas, it will ask you for that code. But if I go to homework, I'm able to see each week what my homework is. These are all past due, but they'll be clickable once I have a shell for that. I don't even know if we've asked for that yet. You also can see your grades at all times by clicking Gradebook. The e-text is available for you by clicking Chapter Contents, and you'll be able to see what we cover in these. There's also answers to selected exercises. Those are usually the odd ones in the book. If you have any questions on how to do those, sometimes this is called a solutions manual. I find that in online courses, sometimes students don't use it as much just because once you get into the online homework, you'll see that there are many helps, such as help me solve this and show me an example. But this opens that up in the e-text. The applications index gives you some applications of what we study. The subject index lets you search by any subject. So if you want to look up the equation of a line, you could click subject index, and you would be able to find the word equation of a line, or you could look up line, and it would tell you the page numbers that shows up on. So I would go to this search tab, and I might type in line. And these are all the places and all the pages in the textbook, and we'll jump right to them. That's a really nice searchable way to use the eText. Definition, rules, and formulas are all the definitions, rules, and formulas found in the textbook. If you ever want to just look at those in an organized fashion, those are there for you to be able to view and utilize chapter by chapter. You can also search this. So I think you've seen most of our class. If you have any questions, please post them in that first discussion board, Q&A about assignments, course, etc. Again, welcome to Beginning Algebra Online at Columbia College.